Hi there, I'm Rex King. Welcome back to Monday Night Movie. Today we take a look at the Maltese Falcon. The Maltese Falcon was released in October of 1941 and was the directorial debut of John Huston. The film wasn't expected to do all that well by Warner Brothers, mainly because John Huston didn't have any directing credits under his name. He had plenty of writing credits, and they expected him to write a good script, but they didn't know how he would direct things, so they gave him a lower budget than they would normally. They also initially wanted George Raft as Sam Spade in the role, but he declined because he didn't want to work with Huston, stating the fact that he was an inexperienced director and because he didn't want to do any remakes, because technically the Maltese Falcon had been done like 20 years earlier in the silent film era. But this caused them to cast Humphrey Bogart, and that would turn out to be a brilliant choice, especially considering it would cause Huston and Bogart to work together for the first time, and Bogart would end up working with Huston on several other projects after this. The film ended up being a huge success. It made $1.8 million at the box office. In 1941, that is no easy task. To make things even more interesting, it almost won Best Picture of 1941. It lost to How Green Was My Valley. Yeah, I don't think that should have happened. I really think this movie is far superior. More on that in a little bit. This film is considered by many to be the film that started the film noir genre. Though that's been in debate over the years, there's no doubt it reshaped the landscape of film noir at the very least. But is this film really worthy of all its praise? I'd say so. Let's start with the story. The story of the Maltese Falcon is the story of Sam Spade, a private detective in San Francisco who, along with his partner Miles Archer, gets a job by Miss O'Shaughnessy to track down and follow this guy named Thursby. Miss O'Shaughnessy is played by Mary Astor. So Miles Archer, Sam's partner, who's played by James Cowan, ends up trailing this guy. However, that very same night, he ends up dead, leaving Sam to try to figure out who killed him. This causes Sam to be entangled in a mystery and web of criminals, all trying to get after this mythical statue of the Maltese Falcon. This story is a classic, and it's very simplistic in its setup, but complicated as things unravel. What makes this work is the way we follow Sam. The fact of the matter is, there is a lot of stuff that happens off screen, but that works to the film's advantage because we are seeing everything through Sam's perspective. We get to unravel the mystery as he starts to unravel it. We get all the clues as he gets the clues. He gets to put the puzzle together as we put the puzzle together, making the story compelling and making you on the edge of your seat trying to figure out what exactly is going on. And what makes this better is the characters, the way they are written and developed. John Huston was very smart and decided that the film was going to be shot in an exact sequence, with a few exceptions here and there. This allowed the actors to get to know their characters as we do. As they developed with their characters developed as well. This led to some brilliant performances and some brilliantly well-written characters and some good lines. This is everything we want in a good script and everything we want in great performances. Speaking of the performances, Humphrey Bogart is a standout in this film. Usually he's a standout in any film he was in, but this one he excels in. Sam is brilliant, and he always walks that line of moral ambiguity. You never know if he's going to stray from the path of right and wrong, or if he's going to inevitably catch the killer and turn them in. Spoilers from here on out, but if you haven't seen The Maltese Falcon from 1941, you probably should have, and I don't know why you clicked on this video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Do not watch the rest of this video because I'm going to be spoiling things from here on out. You've been warned. Anyway, Miss O'Shaughnessy is revealed to be the killer at the end. And And at this point, Sam has fallen for her. But because Sam knows he has to solve his partner's murder, not just because he's been implicated, but because it is the thing he has to do as his partner, regardless what he felt about the man, he ends up turning her over to the police. This is really well done. Just with how the scene was shot and how the actors portrayed it. Humphrey Bogart breaking down, explaining that he loves this woman, that he knows he has to turn her in, is brilliantly well done. And then the final shot of Miss O'Shaughnessy being transported away as the elevator closes, bars close in front of her, and the elevator fully closes and she goes down, only for Sam to go down her. It's very symbolic, and I really enjoyed that. It's very symbolic of her being caught and then going down to hell. But Sam's not far behind. He walks down the stairs following suit. This film is brilliant in the way it was written, directed, and shown. I do have a few nitpicks. I do wish there were some of those off-screen scenes on screen, and the film can feel like it's dragging. There's also some leaps in logic that don't really work if you delve too far into them. But to be honest, these are nitpicks. They didn't take me out of the film at all, and I really enjoyed the story, the characters, the performances, and the way the film was shot. I really enjoyed this movie, and I highly recommend it. I give the film an 8 out of 10. Well, that's what I thought about the Maltese Falcon. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Next week, we look at a slightly different film. The Private Lives of Pippa Lee. See you then.